Hello one and all, this is Luckless Lovelocks, and welcome to Urban Empire. This is a pre-release version given to me by Reborn Interactive and Kalypso Media Digital. Thank you so much to them for allowing me to show you guys this game early. This game is should be an interesting combination of city building, strategy, and also with some storytelling elements. So the idea is that you play a family, empire, like dynasty, building up this city and trying to keep your dynasty going as long as possible, which I'm really into. I'm excited to see how they're going to do this, to see how they can kind of weave a story into like a SimCity-ish game. The game comes out on January 20th, and I could play the first era for you guys, so I'm going to play as much as I can before the game is released, so we can get a good look at this, and you guys can decide for yourselves if you want to pick up this game. It looks interesting. I've had my eye on it for a while. Without further ado, let's start a new game. So first thing we have to do is to choose a family. So we have the Von Filsons, and I apologize if I mispronounce some of these names. It's going to happen. Let's read about them. The Von Filsons are landed gentry, aristocrats with a strong military tradition and a hardline conservative stance. Not really my style. Their grand manor has steadfastly overlooked the same estate, surrounded by their fields and forests since the early 14th century, despite the land belonging to 3 different countries throughout the years. The Von Filsons are traditionalists. They believe in social hierarchy and the people's need for stability in a changing world. Let's check out the next one. Sant Elias, patrons of inventors and innovators. Okay, that sounds more up my alley. Sant Elias believe in solving problems through technology, and technological innovation is rapid under their rule. They are known for their almost ravenous hunger for ideas and progress, and for their fierce disdain of established traditions and conservatism. So, kind of feels like the opposite of the Von Filsons. Notorious risk takers, both in their personal and professional lives, they often seem aloof. Definitely sounds like me. And alienated from the gritty reality and needs of the people. So not really the people's family. The Kilganons, a strong working class family with a history in politics and the labor rights movement. They rose from grassroots community activists to major players on the city's political scene. Respected as heroes of the people, their dedication has made the family very popular with the proletariat. Their contributions to society are much appreciated, but this benevolence tends to lead to increased building prices. Okay. So looks like there's some advantages and trade-offs. For the Sant Elias, we're probably better at researching, but also it's harder for us to kind of get the support of the people. The Shuskis. The Shuskis are Russian immigrants. They pride themselves on being cultured, civilized patrons of the arts and theater. On the surface, unassuming and even indifferent to politics, none of the rival families view them as much of a threat, and their awareness of their social obligations has them in good standing with the people too. With dabbling in politics relatively new to them, they have no particular experience in any field, but sometimes disruptive forces come from surprising sources. So these guys seem to be kind of the underdogs. That sounds really interesting to me. Sounds really interesting to me. I know I don't want to play as the Von Filsons. Sant Elias sound good. Kilganons, kind of interesting. The Shuskis. I think I'm gonna go with the Sant Elias. I like research in these types of games, so I'm gonna go for them. Okay, and we've got. Okay, well, I guess we could only select from one leader. Giuseppe Sant Elias. Giuseppe is the oldest son of the Austrian emperor's science advisor. While his father urged Giuseppe to follow in his footsteps, Giuseppe was more fascinated by architecture than natural sciences. He felt the old, ornate buildings of the empire were outdated and envisioned a new architecture of functional spaces that focus on the needs of the people. That's cool. Eldest son of the Austrian emperor's science advisor. So is this taking place in Austria? That's I think I'm not sure of. Traits and personality. Progressive. You believe in progress and new ideas. Not sure what these effects mean yet. Security -1. Grammar school brain power +1. So we got excellent brain power apparently. Solitarian. You value your privacy a lot more than other people's company. Elderly. Social life +2. Prestige cost +2. Emperor's nominee. You are nominated to your position by the Emperor himself and thus cannot be voted out. That seems pretty strong. And I don't have another choice, do I? I do not. Okay, let's continue. We've got 3 locations. Rimini of Swarelia. The Cauldron. Oh, that sounds promising. The Cape. Swarelia. Located on the Big Plains of the Cerealian coast, this location provides the new city plenty of room to grow. Covered in thick forest, the land offers the new mayor endless possibilities to develop their city into Swarelia's crown jewel. The Cauldron takes place in Swarelia's mountainous region and offers the player the opportunity to play in a very focused area, clearly influenced by the mining industry. Players face the challenge of building a city in a unique location where shipping lanes are constricted and railway traffic comes from the other end of the area. Oh, so this sounds a bit harder. The Cape is another unique map which is offering the player an opportunity to play around the Cape in a U shape. The harbors are only located at the tip of the Cape, while the railways are emerging from the other end of the map. It has a unique flavor and poses an interesting challenge for the player to tackle with. Okay, so this seems kind of like the base one. I'm gonna go with this. I can always go with a more challenging city if I pick up this game to play. And I'm definitely going to enable tutorial because I have no clue what I'm doing. Let's start the campaign. It's going to be lots of learning, lots of reading this first episode while we try to figure out what we're doing and try to figure out how this game works. Starting point for a prosperous, successful city should not be the needs of the administration, but of the inhabitants. Oh, that's cool. We have like quotes from our leader. Seppi. I don't know if I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing these names. I will do my best because this is definitely a European game. Welcome, Giuseppe. Kaiserschaffen. Welcome to your office, Giuseppe Sant Elias. Your father, Giovanni, was a scientific advisor in the court of the Austrian Empire, and the emperor wanted him to lead the founding of a new city, Kaiserschaffen. Can I rename that? Unfortunately, he fell seriously ill, as you were well known in the court too, and had just graduated from the best university in Italy. So we're Italians, of course. With excellent grades, the emperor asked you to take your father's place. I can change the name. Okay. We're gonna call it Lovelocks. Camera. Okay. Welcome to Urban Empire. I'll help you get started with your career. Any advice I give you, you can minimize by clicking anywhere on the screen and reopen by clicking on the summary window. I guess that's over here. Let's start with basics. To move the camera, you can either hold down the right mouse button and move the mouse or use the WASD. The key is on the keyboard. Move the camera. I can right click. The tilt, what do we do? Q and E, R and T. Okay, cool. Create first district. All right, let's get started building our city. Cities are made up of smaller parts called districts. All residents, companies, and municipal services reside inside a district. Districts also have infrastructures and different zoning. They're the basic component of how you influence your city. So let's create your first district. Down here. What does this say? Draw district, default grid. Press and hold left mouse button to draw a basic area. Drag from corners or edges to change the size. Right click on an edge to add additional corners. I guess we'll just build it here. Let's take a look at our map here. Pretty large area. Not that I know. Okay, well, let's put it here. This is kind of a throwaway city since we're just learning the game. District's too small. Oh, and it adds roads. Okay, what does it look like up there? Oh, look at that. It, like, kind of moved this corner over. Looks a bit wonky, but let's do that. Do I have other options here? Dense grid, sparse grid. Do I want a dense grid? Since this is going to be kind of my downtown area. Let's just go with the default. So that's 260,000 plus 31,000 a month. 18 hectares. Confirm land plan. How do I do that? Add a corner with right click. Adjust the shape of the district further by clicking and dragging the corner points of the district borders. Corner points can be created by right clicking on edge of the district and removed by right clicking on the corner points themselves. Okay. Would I want to? Makes it look weird. Although I can kind of get more of a nice grid shape going on. Whatever, looks good. Confirm land plan. Create first district. This is a place where to add service for the. This is a place to add services for the district. At the moment, there's only one service available: the city hall. That's the heart of the city decision making, and it provides basic services for what the citizens need. Later in the game, you will not only have different kinds of services to build, but also infrastructure, zoning options, and density choices for the districts. Click on the city hall and place it onto the district by clicking on the desired location. Okay. I guess we want this to be kind of central, don't we? So maybe I'll just put it here. Fixed area. Let's plop it down here. Why not? Ah, there we go. Sure. So it costs 25,000 and running costs 5,500 per month. Add municipal services to provide wheel of life values to the citizens within a certain range. District overview. Summary of all buildings, infrastructure, and zoning of the new district. Road capacity, 21,000. We got services. Road grid. Place services. Oh, I assume that was this. I have to confirm this service. And then propose the district. Create first district. Now you can name the district to your liking, or keep the suggested one. Later, once you have the city council, you can propose this to be paid from the city money. This is your first district. You should use the money the emperor has given you, and therefore there's only the use personal funds option available. I see. So we have our own money as well. Edgeburg? How about Centerburg? That seems a bit more appropriate since it's in the middle. So 310,000, and how much money do we actually have? Is this our money? 501? That's a lot of our money. But I guess we have no choice. Now let's see it from this view. That's cool. Ah, looks like there's already like some building going on here. If we're cutting down trees, even though we have it paused. Progress cloud view. With the city hall built, your city is now producing brain power. Awesome. This is a resource that is used to bring new inventions to the city. It is generated by the city's institutions and by passing progressive state laws. Schools and libraries also generate brain power. This is what we're all about. This is what our family's about, generating brain power. Because you guys all know that I need brain power. You can see the amount of brain power your city is generating each month in the top bar next to the light bulb icon. Light bulb. Here. 7. This is very much like kind of like a board game. Hovering the cursor over it will show your brain power sources. Go to the progress cloud to choose which invention will be researched next. Progress cloud. Oh, it's down here. And let me just see. Brain power. Measures the rate of how new inventions are introduced to the city, affecting the duration it takes to research new inventions. New inventions bring forth new municipal services, institutions, infrastructure, edicts, actions, and service needs for citizens. +7. From City Hall. Okay. Who would have known that City Hall actually generates any brain power? This is where you can see all of the inventions. Researching inventions unlocks new municipal service. Infrastructure, we already read that. Next to an invention's name, you can see its price in brain power. Inventions are not unlocked immediately, but are researched gradually over time. How much time the research takes depends on how much brain power your city is generating. Note that you can only research inventions that are connected. We need to choose one. So we have gas infrastructure. Phooey! The porch light is burnt out, and I can't see whether it's dark outside or not. Dave Beard. I don't know. Are these real people? Not sure. So this gives us gas street lights, decorated gas street lights, gas lighting, physical environment, security, gas infrastructure. Connects the district to gas infrastructure. Oh, so that's good for companies. Cobblestone road, second level road surface, increases district traffic points, and chemicals. Chemical product industry. I think they're all going to cost the same thing. So let's read them all. Invention breeds invention. No sooner is the electric telegraph devised than Guterpercha. God. Why are you doing this to me, game? The very material it requires is found. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Ralph Emerson, that's a real person. Newspaper. Unlocks newspaper kiosks. Church. Provides social life for surrounding residents. Shoe store. It's important to get the shoe store unlocked as quickly as possible. Railway station. That seems important. Provides entertainment. Number dynamics. Thus, from this slight and very short experiment, we may understand and judge the mighty and wonderful laws, the heavens, and the nature of winds. Vitruvius. Steam power. Gaslighting, okay. Clothing store. Not to be underestimated. Set the spread of residential, commercial, and industrial buildings within the district. Spread selection. And police station. Seems important. And then it also unlocks this. That also unlocks density selection. Weird. Safety authorities. Safety doesn't happen by accident. Anonymous. They chose to remain anonymous for that quote. Edict that reduces running costs of healthcare facilities but increases their quality. So this is like a political chain. City income and levies, a sales penalty on certain industries. Clinic provides health, and Work Safety Act increases security for certain workplaces. That's kind of a tough call. Like, I don't know. This is the dead end. I kind of feel like this one might be good. It's kind of a way to get our economy going. Not really knowing the game, probably doesn't matter what I pick at first, so I'm gonna go with gas infrastructure. Go back to city screen. Good. A new research has been started. You'll be notified when research finishes and prompted to select a new invention. If you wish, you can view inventions that will be available in later eras by clicking on the era buttons in the bottom of the screen. However, you can only research inventions from the current era, so you are not inventing them yourself, merely bringing them into the city. Oh. Well, now I don't feel so special. Now return to the city view. All right. As new citizens are settling in, we have some time to look after other things. First, let's learn how to change time-lapse speed. For now, time is close to a standstill. So go ahead and unpause it. Uh-oh. You can increase the time by left-clicking and decrease it with right-click. Oh, that's a strange way of doing it. Try those out and observe changes in city life. Ah, we've got some buildings. Got some people moving around on the streets. Can't select them. Right, I guess we've seen enough. Some birds flying around. Apparently the birds do not behave to the laws of time that are established in this game. They can fly even when it's paused. Great. Now that some citizens have found a new home in our city, it's time to add some more services. As time passes, you'll need to improve balance and add more services to existing districts. You will also gain new options to help this. Much needed school is to be built, so let's get familiar on how to add services to existing districts. Okay, so we need to build a school. To get there, you need to click on the name's banner on top of the existing district. Ah, here. Modify district. Wow, look at all this stuff. Happiness, residents, party support. I guess we'll look at party support later. Let's just stick to the tutorial. Services are at the heart of running a successful city. You'll notice that I've unlocked the view on top of the screen that shows how satisfied your citizens on average are with their basic needs. Citizen happiness has consequences on how they vote and how well the economy is doing. From the top panel, you'll find the general view regardless of how many different districts you have or how many citizens you have. So this is just a summary view. Build a school by selecting it from the selection menu on the right. Happiness, city average, social life, security, physical environment, health, personal growth, average fun, monthly budget balance. Yikes. So grammar school, what is this? +6 to personal growth. Ah, and this is the area that it services, I guess. So we probably want it to cover as much as possible. So can we maybe put it here? That way we can grow in this direction, or we can put it over here. Are we putting it in an industrial area either way? Can't really tell. Let's put it. Let's put it here. There's nothing built here yet. Boom. Confirm service. Wow, 125,000. Personal funds 200. There goes all of our money. Propose the district. Oh, I see. So these two parties approve. This party can be swayed one way or the other. So we have to get these things through City Hall. Right now we're using our own money though. Cool. You can get more detailed information about any particular wheel of life value by pressing it. This shows how much any sources you have for any particular wheel of life and also the demand for it. Press it now. Okay. Probably slow. Let's keep this running but slow it down to kind of a crawl. Demand 11, we're providing 9, so we're like down on a lot of stuff. Maybe I should pause this while I read. Ah, whatever. Happiness measures how the service needs are met by citizens. Happiness consists of all 6 wheels of life values: security, social life, blah, blah, blah. Affects how citizens perform in their workplace, contributing to their quality and efficiency. So the happier they are, the harder their work. Happiness is increased by providing citizens with various services, passing edicts, and through choices made in various events. Okay. Social life. One of the 6 basic needs each citizen must have. There is certain amount of citizens need the service. So there's only some people need this service, I guess. The closer to the amount they get is the level of need. The writing's a bit wonky, but this is like a pre-release version, so maybe they'll fix some of this. The higher the satisfaction for that service is, so the closer we are to providing the service, the higher people will be, the more happy people will be with it. Satisfaction is part of the overall happiness and influences how the citizens vote. Social life is increased by certain municipal services and some edicts. Okay, so our demand, we're 3 off. Satisfaction of 4. Okay. Security, we're at -2 for satisfaction. I think we kind of understand what security means. Part of overall happiness influences how the citizens vote. Police stations, fire stations, infrastructure, and for health it was edicts and services. Physical environment. Basically the same description. Physical environment is increased most commonly by building parks, makes sense. Got health, hospitals, clinics, and edicts. -2, -2. Personal growth average. It seems like this is the one thing we're doing okay at. Increased most commonly by educational and municipal service because we built the school. Satisfaction 0. This is not negative. Municipal services, so it's just the same stuff. Get our budget here. 56,000 running costs, 27,000 income. I guess that's from taxes. -29,000. We're gonna run out of money fast. Although we do have 339,000 in city money. All right, what's next? Guess we're just waiting for the next tutorial. So click through everything. There we are. City Council. Time to raise more money for the city. The bottom left panel brings you to one of the main views of the game. Even though you are the mayor and most important decision maker in the city, you're not alone. You can't run around spending money and raising taxes at will. You get things done. To get things done, you need to have support in the city council, which can either approve or reject common proposals. As there is still many things to learn, let's head to the city council. This is the city council. Here you can change the tax rate, funding levels, propose different types of edicts, and of course, affect political decision making. This is the part that I'm like super interested in. After most decisions you make, there will be a council vote, and you'll be wanting to influence how your fellow council members vote. Let's have a look at parties to understand things better. The party view. Where's the party view? Down here. Prepared and done by 61 council members, divided into several different parties. We've got the Physiocratic Party, the Free Democratic Party, the National Swaralian Party. So we're not... Are we... I guess we're part of the... Since we're... Well, we're the mayor. So I guess we're maybe not part of a party? I'm not sure. Maybe this will explain it. This view lets you know everything you need to know about different political parties. There are 2 particularly important things. Goodwill, which is both indicator of your relationship with the party and your political capital over them. Political compass, which dictates how they vote on different issues. So even if they might vote against us on an issue kind of ideologically, if we have political capital with them and we have a good relationship, we could sway them to vote for us. Principles of left-wing parties tend to like higher taxation and support public services, whereas right-wing parties lean toward low taxations at the expense of services provided for the citizens. Liberals and conservatives have opposing views on traditions and freedoms of the society. Let's see this in action by raising taxes next. Perfect. Our first, aside from building the district, city hall, and a school, the first thing we're going to do is raise taxes. I'm sure we're going to be very popular. Active taxing. Proposed taxing. So right now we have business tax at 19,000 a month. That's 10%. Citizens tax also 10%. It brings 9,000. Raise company taxation and confirm. Higher taxation means harder times for companies and citizens. Happy citizens work harder, and well-established city infrastructure help companies flourish. Wouldn't we want to lower taxes then, just to get the city going? So if you manage to compensate high taxation with improved services and infrastructure, you could counterweight any public blowback. Raise company taxes and press confirm. Okay, how much do I... Oh god. Let's just raise it 1%. I don't even want to raise it. So let's just see. I want to see what effect this has. It's moving this bar. I guess this is saying, like, who's going to be happy? Whoever's green is probably going to be happy with it. So these two parties. Whereas if I lower them, those two parties are not going to be happy because they don't want lower taxes. They prefer higher taxes with better services because they are left-leaning. Gotcha. This sounds like a very traditional model of politics. Let's see what happens. Vote to modify taxes. Vote about tax adjustments. Rises long discussions in council. View vote status. Great. On the left, you now see that the city council is now working on your proposal. As the time runs up, there will be a vote, which will decide if the vote issue is passed or not. Click on it to see the current status of the vote. Sorry, click on what? See? Is this it? What are we talking about? View proposal. I guess this is the vote status, right? So there's two parties that are like definitely gonna approve it, and then this third party, the Free Democratic Party, is kind of like, yeah, I'll do it. Vote status. Oh, right here. Two things that are of importance here. Did we already read this part? Oh, the three numbers represent individual council members and their opinions on the vote. So that's these three numbers, I guess. Icons on the slide bar represent party's opinion. The further at any of the extremes the icon is, the stronger the party's opinion. So these are the actual people, and this is where the parties stand. The people could defer. The councilors could defer from their party. The key thing is to realize the difference between the two. Last-minute appeals are less strong than the ones done early on, because some council members have already made up their mind and thus are harder to convince. Let's make sure our tax raise goes through and appeal to an opposing party. Cool. So we want to appeal to this party here. Choose appeal method. Choose a party you want to appeal. It makes a little sense to appeal to parties that already support your proposal. After knowing who to appeal, choose your preferred way to appeal. Generally, the stronger your tone is, the stronger the outcome. As is the expense of goodwill, of course. Low goodwill will increase parties' willingness to oppose you out of principle. Makes sense? To fix damaged relations, there are three options. Passing decisions that the party likes, acting positively toward the party through events, patience. As both good and bad relations will slowly return toward a more neutral resting point. That's smart. I like that part. You could just wait them out. Okay, so what do we want to do? Plead, demand, threat. I mean, I guess we'll go this party. Appeal parties. I want to appeal this party. Neutral towards. Neutral towards. Three goodwill. Three goodwill. Three goodwill. Okay. I guess we'll try to plead. Asking for support. You want Free Democratic Party to help you correct this vote? How do you ask for their help? Invite the party leader to dinner. Express your wish in a council meeting. Explain the importance of this vote in a newspaper. Interesting. I'm going to go with, I don't know. I feel like inviting the party leader to dinner is a bit, it's a bit weird. Let's just do it in a council meeting. The members of Free Democratic Party listen to your speech with interest, and many seem to reconsider their opinion. Awesome. So we got our, on the current vote, Free Democratic Party went up 4. Goodwill measures how much a party likes you and can be used as political currency. I see, but we gave up 2 of our goodwill to get 4, an increase of 4 opinion on this vote. That's cool. Great. From the event outcome, you see what your actions did and how the party opinion might has changed. I assume you're talking about goodwill. Now we can let the city council do their job and prepare the bill. Let's head back to the city view. While we wait for the city council, this is a good time to check out Data View. It's a place where you can get all the information you could possibly want. Remember to come back once the vote is ready. All right, guys, this seems like a good time to wrap up this first episode. I'm going to continue playing through, and we can see how much of the first era we can get through before this game's release on January 20th. Looks really cool so far. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be really interesting to see how they intertwine this idea of you establishing a dynasty in the city. How the story is going to mesh into the city building and all that stuff. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it. You can check me out on Twitter at Andrew Erdeg. That's E-R-D-E-G. That's my name. And that on Twitter is where I post when I post new videos, and also when I go live on twitch.tv/Luckless Lovelocks. This is Luckless Lovelocks signing off for now, and I love you all.